are saying that they are going to occupy Nigeria. We have freely given our mandate to Ahmed Bola Tinubu. We have elected him as president. He's going to be a good president. There is no dispute about it. If they want us to be on the street every day, occupy this river state, occupy the creeks. You will see us in the creeks, in the waterways. We will occupy everywhere. We will occupy all occupiable until May 29. And inshallah ta'ala, bi-iznillah, Ahmed Bola Tinubu will be sworn in as president.
Rufia, over to you. At the same time that protest was going on, there were some other groups that were protesting that they were not a credible election as well in the same river state.
Oji, that's the beauty of democracy. Everybody has a right to peaceful protest as enshrined in the Constitution. So, if Asari Dokubo protests in his state, River State, in favor of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he's got a right to it. If other groups protest against it, we've got a right to it. And that's why we should go back and state the facts. The facts that an interim national government is a no-no in Nigeria. I think it was based on the report by the New York Times. It was on the 11th of November 1993 that Justice Dolapo Aktesoya made that judgment, declaring the interim national government an illegality. The process has taken dead by, General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida. Olisa Bakuba also released a position just now on it, saying that there is no place for it in the Constitution. So please, let us remove the ideas. But also let us warn the politicians, Oji, to stop fanning these embers. Because let's talk about the first person the DSS arrested as regards the talk of interim national government and the potential coup. Mr. Fani Kayode was said to have tweeted around the 13th of February, even before the elections, and there was a plan. Atiku Abubakar was meeting with some top military echelon that the military even denied. There was a plan for a coup, as a lead-in to an interim national government. And the DSS picked him up as a result of that. And after a couple of days, he said no. He apologized. He said, oh, we didn't get things a lot better. He released, he had a press conference. But now, he's going back and saying, oh, I told you so, I've been vindicated. The DSS too should start by cooling things down. The likes of Oluomo made threats that came to pass. Other political actors too that made threats, the DSS too should look in. It is the State Security Service, and it must be seen as independent to be able to secure the state. This DSS priority is to be able to secure the states. And nobody, a political actor, can push the government into an interim national government. It is still the leader of the country that will make the decision. And President Muhammadu Buhari has said, I am committed to a peaceful transition. And he said he's tired already, he's ready to go. So once he has said that, let everybody put their mind to rest. But we also like to call on politicians to please calm things down. Because you see, most of them, and that's why Nigerians that believe them so much and fool themselves and follow them, they forget that most of these politicians that are inside trouble, they have dual nationality. They have a second passport. They can easily pick up a plane and go to another country. But when they cause the chaos here, they will run away. So please, you have a right to peaceful protest. The court is taking its course, but please let us keep it calm and safe. Let us not truncate our country and turn it to another Kenya. Look at what is happening in Kenya today. Because of election dispute, as a meal and the likes, is now cut along tribal lines. And just like Peter Obidi say, it should not be about tribal or religious sentiment. Because you see, when you look at the problems of Nigeria, religion and tribe does not know poverty. An Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa man, everybody suffers poverty one way or the other. Yeah. Everybody reels from inflation. Everybody suffers the result of fuel scarcity in the country. And these are problems we should fix. So let's get it right and let's do it well for the country. But let's perish the idea of any interim national government.
Yes, well said, Rufia. Well, more on protests.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on wherever you are watching us from. It's another edition of Politics on the Street. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our videos, share, comment for more political discourse. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our videos, share, comment for more political discourse. And yesterday, Asari Dokubo has made a video, has told Nigerians that he's sorry for misleading Nigerians and that Nigerians should forgive him. Now, Rufia Oseni has come out to say that Asari Dokubo is selfish, greedy, and self-centered, knowing fully well that President Mohamed Tinubu cannot perform as the president, yet he still went to vote him. So now he should keep that apology to himself. How can you react to this, sir?
Well, to my greatest surprise, I have watched that development and I begin to understand that we need to put Asari Dokubo in a proper perspective. We need to put Otombolo too in a proper perspective. We need to put Sodibo in another perspective. Then and put both of them, these three people on the scale, and be able to look deeply inside them and find out, why the sudden dropout, why the sudden reversal, why the sudden retreat, why the sudden withdrawal from what we know these people to be. We discovered that, there has been a massive financial pacification. You understand? They have been pacified financially, and because of that, they dropped the position which they have taken ab initio to checkmate, and of course encourage the people for proper negotiation with federal government that can bring dividends to themselves. Let us just remove it more from there. This financial inducement has crippled the Niger Delta agitation and has left Niger Delta in tatters. And if you look at it, I can tell you categorically, another face, another struggle, another personality, another being, another warlord, is going to emerge, from those areas, and they are not going to be known as Niger Delta this time around. They are going to be known, as Biafrans, because those territory and those land belong to Biafrans. We are not going to be having somebody like Asari Dokubo in the picture anymore, because Asari Dokubo has shown, to an extent, he cannot differentiate between an old man and a walking stick. So the first thing remains that what do we do when he come out always to make irrelevant statements, about who he is or where he belongs? That is not our interest. Our interest is not about where you are or what you do or what you belong. Our interest is how do we navigate, how do we move, how do we understand, how do we position ourselves for greatness. That's what we are talking about today. You can see that Asari Dokubo, most of his decisions, has not been able to add anything to his personality, has not been able to undo him, from the drama that is going to, envelop him any moment from now. A serious drama. People are going to emerge, people who are far more better than Asari Dokubo and Otombolo in philosophy and reasoning, and that is why they are placing Nnamdi Kanu higher above every agitator in Africa as I speak to you today. Nnamdi Kanu is more modern, more renowned, more competent, than all these mushrooms that call themselves agitators that does not know left and does not know right. So, and that is why in Africa, Nnamdi Kanu is being seen as one of the top freedom fighter who has refused financial inducement or pacification from any angle. So that is the way it is. So you can see the Nnamdi Kanu is not in their category, and that is one of the reasons why the federal government always look at it from that direction and feel that Nnamdi Kanu, has more in him than any other person, and that is why he has been kept in Incomplicado for a very long time, even though he has been proclaimed to be very innocent at the end of the day. But if you look at Asari Dokubo antecedents recently, this is a man who is fighting for recognition on the Biafran quest, because he knows that the Biafra has come as a nation, as a sovereign nation.
But now why is he calling on? Why is he now apologizing to Nigerians, telling them that he's sorry for the person he voted for now? Now, is it not telling on Nigerians not to come out and protest just because of the failed mistake he committed to himself? And now Nigerians are now suffering from the reckless mistake that was committed by Asari Dokubo, sir.
that is karma, you know. They say that is a natural law. Karma is a natural law. Asari Dokubo, for now, I think he is in a regrettable mode. As I speak to you now, he has stirred so much in the pond.
He has stirred so much.
He has stirred so much in the pond, and it is time for him to lick the mud. Asari Dokubo must lick the mud. There's no need of ranting like pig, you know. It's struck like pig. No, this is not what we need now. No, you have seen it. That most of the things are being done based on, you know, who you are, your personality, and not, you know, as a result of financial gains that makes you to take a particular position, even against your people in Niger Delta. They're still destroying Niger Delta till now. They're still drilling oil, taking crude oil, destroying the land more and more. What is Asari Dokubo? They've all backed out because the federal government has now found their way inside. It's only Nnamdi Kanu that resisted that kind of a thing, and nobody can be like him. And let me tell you, they don't know the consequences of what they are trying to do now. But if Asari Dokubo will realize that the danger ahead, you know, can swallow both the old man and the walking stick, like I always say. You know, the Northerners have come out to say that they regretted having Bola Tinubu as the president of Nigeria because they voted based on religion, not based on competence. You know, what are they talking about? They're trying to make reference that, you know, Obi would have been a better option. But look at Asari Dokubo, you know, falling into the same trap like a gullible person he has always been, an irrelevant element, the object, you know, that has become a disgrace to the issue that has to do with Niger Delta emancipation. As I'm talking to you today, Asari Dokubo is 0/0. Let him continue ranting. When the time comes, you know, a fella said they go open book for him and he go sell the book.
But Rufia Oseni said he did that just because he felt that the president then would award him contract. That was why he had to come out full to support Tinubu, claiming that he know President Bola Ahmed Tinubu too well. And the president is his friend. And now he said that the president is no longer picking his calls. Now, what is the hope of this young man? And then, don't you think that this decision of this man has plunged some of Nigerians into the economic hardship now, sir?
I think Asari Dokubo should go extreme prodigal. That will save him. You understand? He has all the space to go prodigal to an extent he wants. There's no problem about it. It's about what he chooses, you know. But we have seen all this while. It was in this platform that I said it earlier before now that I'm not going to support Buhari and I'm not going to support Tinubu. And we have seen the consequences of people who make a particular decision based on what they have, not based on integrity, not based on justice, not based on freedom, not based on dividends of democracy. So they continue to purge themselves to an extent, you know. Everybody is beginning to have a direct purge. Everyone begin to purge based on what he has sown. It's definitely what you sow is what you're going to reap at the end of the day. Definitely. And we are seeing it happening into Asari Dokubo at the moment. So what you're saying at this point is that whether he like it or not, you know, the matter has unveiled itself. And Nigerians are beginning to see that there are real enemies in disguise. And I can tell you categorically that Asari Dokubo is one of the enemies of Nigeria as an entity in disguise. What Nigeria need to do now is that Yoruba should stay on their own, you know, Yoruba should stay on their own, and Hausa should stay on their own. Then let us know who is more Nigerian at the end of the day.
Let us know who is more Nigerian because at the end of the day. Thank you for that wonderful submission, Mr. Chinedu Michael. Thank you so much, sir.